So yeah, for those of you who know me, I love my stats, right? So here's a stat for you, right? This I did not agree with this in any way, shape, or form as when I first heard it, right? Latest research is showing that 55% of uh, inquiries would prefer to chat to an AI bot than a person. And when I first heard that, I've gone, no way, that's baloney. And then I kept diving into the research a bit more, and it turns out the research is accurate. But then, if you start to actually think about why that's the case, you start to understand why it's a real stat, right? So, ultimately, if I can get a response quicker, simpler, and easier um, by talking to a bot than a human being, they're going to talk to the bot, right? But it's not for all inquiries or all types of sales or whatever it may be, right? So this is where we need to break down the difference between a transactional versus a relationship, right? So if it's a transactional, having a relationship with you is not important to me, right? Whereas if it's a relationship based, then it is important, right? But once again, and it's roughly between every business different, but 50 to 60% of inquiries and sales on average are transactional, right? So I don't need to speak to somebody. I just need quick answers, right? And rather than being on hold for half an hour or being transferred through departments, or I've just got a really quick question, right? I actually want to speak. It's quicker and easy and simpler for me to speak to a bot, right? So this and the new generation of bots coming out, web chat bot as an example, are awesome, right? So just here's an example, right? Just Conquest Equipment, one of our customers we're building this for at the moment. They do cleaning equipment, right? Big cleaning equipment for floors in particular, like scrubbers and sweepers and street sweepers and airport cleaners and shopping centers and car parks and all that sort of thing, right? So, you know what, if my machine's broken down, I can log a really quick service request, right? Through the chatbots. I can take you through simple transactional things. So example being one of their offerings is short-term hire, right, which is generally quite transactional. You know, I need to clean it for 2 days, right? So let's hire some equipment from them, right? And then the beauty of these is you can build the sales process in it so it follows step by step exactly what you want to do, right? So it's asking me what sort of facility and what sort of size. Let's go. I'm looking for a car park that's about 2,000 square meters. And then obviously going to go away and it's going to check out what sort of equipment it's got. It's then asking me some more quality. It's going to be polished concrete, so it knows what sort of machines and brushes and floor and all that sort of stuff it needs. I'm not experts at this. And it's obviously asking what do I want to clean off it. So it's just going to be dust and debris and grime. I'm going to need it for next weekend, which is the 20th to 21st of May. Which is obviously confirming. Oh, it's a Tuesday, Wednesday. That's how good my dates are. Let's just go with that. Yes. How long do you need it for? Just the 2 days. Coming through. Typos, it doesn't matter. So that's how smart it is, right? It tells me I've got the wrong days, right? Whereabouts you located on Malvern in Melbourne, which is where I used to live. It's a one-off clean. So once again, it's obviously these are scoping questions which we've briefed into it, right? So it can be short, can be long. We can do as many as we want through this sort of process. So it starts to give us all the right details, right? And so once it's got all those, it obviously goes through the back end of the knowledge base in terms of product selection based on all the answers we've given it. We want electric coming through. And it starts to analyze what's going to be the best machine for us, right? So we're going to pick it up because it's cheaper. And then it's going to spit out exactly what's right, which is and it's astronomically accurate. So it gives us this is what we're looking at. This is what it's going to cost per day. Obviously, they need to check availability and that sort of thing. But let's get a quote sorted. Yes, please. It's due north. It's Ben Hirons from due north. See, what's interesting here? She hasn't asked for my name, but I'm going to give it to it anyway. And that's going to capture that without having to look at it, right? So it automatically is picked up even without asking for it, right? So my phone number is 412-448-194. It's been at duenorth.com.au. Email address. And it'll obviously go through all these questions to give us we're going. So obviously we want the upsell thrown in there. So this is a one-off job. You're looking for recurring. It's just one-off coming through. No worries at all. Let me get everything saved and wrapped up for you. And this is where it's going in the back end, and this is where it's starting to check. It can check stock availability. It can look through it. Once again, if we were getting delivered, it can calculate delivery time frames. So it's really got the ability to, ultimately in this day and age, it can do whatever we want it to, which is quite fascinating. But yeah, so let's lock it in. And then, so once again, it's going away in the back end, and this is what really impressed my socks off, right? So as it's going to do that throughout, right, and literally within a minute, we will get an email here. It's great getting a quote together on everything. Contact, there he's there, right? So it's automatically emailed confirmation of the hire process. It's also what we've also automated is an email, obviously, into the sales team. Can integrate natively with all the major CRMs, right? So if you've got Salesforce or Zoho or HubSpot, can automatically create all the records in Zoho of everything. It's done the quote, right? So it's got all the details automated, amount, damage waiver, etc. As it goes through the mix, right? So this is just an example of what's possible, right? So it can automatically set appointment time, right? So if it's just a lead qualification, it can create a calendar invite, all that sort of thing. So, right, so it's just that's a game changer, right? So the reality is, when you look at it, right, there's probably half an hour to an hour's work for a human being to do that. If you're getting 100 or 1,000 of these, right, there's 100 to 1,000 hours a month you can start saving, right? It's freeing up your sales rep. It's a transactional relationship, so it's not. That's what I want, right? I want speed, ease, delivery, and that's exactly what it's delivered on, right? So you start to see that there's 5 or 7 or 10 different parts of your sales process. We can start to automate every single one of them. You can turn this into an email bot, which is another video of, and also a voice recording bot, a voice bot. So ultimately, all your communication channels into the business, you can start to automate bit by bit, which is just awesome. So it's game changing, right? It's increases revenue because it converts better, faster, simpler. It frees up your sales staff. You're saving time and money across the board, right? So this is it's game changing stuff.